Hey everybody, thanks for stopping in on the channel today. This is another Rusty Gold video, and this one we're going to talk about being prepared on when you go on your picks. It's real important. I think some of this is going to be no-brainer stuff to you, but you know, it's always nice to kind of get a refresher on what you should have, what you should be carrying, things like that. And so let's get right into it. One of the big things you're going to want to take with you on your pick is a flashlight. You will need a flashlight. Most of the time I carry a small one like this in my pocket every day. This is a single AAA LED. You can get these on Amazon fairly cheaply. I think this one was probably, I don't know, maybe 10 bucks or something, but it throws out in a nice little light. It's very unobtrusive in my pocket. So you don't have to carry a big heavy light. I do have some bigger flashlights I do carry if I think I'm going to need it, but most of the time I have this one with me. And if you don't have a flashlight, you're going to miss some good stuff on your pick. One of the other things I carry with me is, it's called a super eraser. It's basically a rust eraser. And most of the time when we're looking for axes, I don't really need one of these too often. We usually just, as long as they're not Chinese made, we just buy them as long as the person's not asking some ridiculous price for them. So the name doesn't really matter. But if a lot of times we're looking for a specific item, so we might be looking for a specific plane or a specific handsaw. There may be something specific we're looking for where we don't want to, scoop up 15 or 20 handsaws. We want to find one that's got a specific maker mark on it. And if you have one of these, this thing right here, you can just take it. It won't damage the item. It'll just knock the rust off a little bit, and you can see the name, whatever. And this is really handy. We carry these all the time when we go on our picks. And we use it just about every time we go on a pick. So it's called a super eraser. Pretty handy. They have these on Amazon sometimes, but I actually have another source that I buy these that, it's not really an Amazon link. So you always want to be prepared when you go on your picks. I always make sure, and you should have one of these in your vehicle anyway, but just in case you don't, you want to take a first aid kit with you. Almost every time we go, one of us gets cut or something because we get excited and we're rummaging through stuff and we're digging around and we find, we bump into something or touch something, and most of the time that stuff is rusty. So we do have our tetanus shots up to date. So, but you want to clean those up and get those covered as quick as you can. And this is a really nice first aid kit, but you don't have to have a really nice first aid kit. Just as long as you have the basics, some antibiotic, maybe an alcohol wipe, something to clean it up, and then a bandage to cover it. So, glasses, if you're a glasses wearer, make sure you have your glasses or a magnifying glass. I actually have a small magnifying card that I keep in my wallet. So, and it's just a little cheap thing, very inexpensive, but it's really helpful. I don't wear glasses for distance, but if I get something really close to my face, I need some reading glasses. So, and I usually have those with me, but if I don't, I have that magnifying card in my wallet, and I can see the maker's marks or little, maybe hairline fracture of a item that, might be the difference between you buying the item and you not. So carry one of those. I always carry a notebook. Yes, I do have the fancy handheld email machine in my pocket, and I do put notes in that email machine, but I also like to write stuff down because when I write it down, I tend to remember stuff better. So have a notebook, have a pencil, make notes. Sometimes even just make notes of the stuff you buy, because sometimes we buy a lot of stuff, and then once we get home, we unload it, and then I down the road I might have forgotten something that we picked. So even sometimes I'll take notes of the stuff we picked. So that's just something handy. And yes, I know it's a relic from the past, paper and a pencil, but nice to have around. And then if you need something to keep all that stuff together, you can get a handy dandy little zipper pouch like this. Keep it all together in your car. Put all your items together, your flashlight, your super eraser, maybe a small thing of hand sanitizer like this one. Even before the recent events, we always carried hand sanitizer or some kind of way to clean our hands, because usually as we're skipping from place to place, we're snacking in between, and once you dig through all that rusty stuff, you don't want to be snacking with those hands. So it's best to keep them clean, start fresh each place you go. Clean up your hands, and a little bottle of hand sanitizer, or again, you can get some wet ones, wet wipes, anything like that, just to kind of knock the grime off. And then you also want to take snacks, drinks, anything like that. I like to pack a small cooler, put a few drinks, some snacks in there, because when I'm out picking, I don't want to stop at a restaurant and eat. I don't want to spend my picking money, on a meal. So usually, there's two of us out. We have to stop at McDonald's or one of the, fast food places. It's over $20 to grab a meal, and you could take a little bit of snack and some drinks from your house and save that money. And I'd rather spend that money on picking than on food. So and that's just, I know that some of this stuff is kind of no-brainer stuff, but just one of those things. I don't want to be stopping at spending my money at one of those places when I could be taking that money and buying. That might be the end of my budget, and I missed out on something cool because I spent it on a quarter pounder with cheese. So yeah, it's nice to take those snacks and any medications. This is something that we generally have an issue with, but any kind of medications, or even just simple pain reliever. If you're on your feet all day long, you go on a long pick, you're all day long, and get a little tired or whatever, you take a basic pain reliever, might be helpful. And then be prepared on whether you're going to be in an indoor or outdoor pick. I mean, there have been times where we left our house for a long haul pick, and we're thinking we're going to be inside the whole time. Well, we end up being outside the whole time because we went to a place that we'd never been before, or to an area we've never been before, or we went to an outside place that we knew we were going to go there, but we thought we were only going to be there for a few minutes, and then we ended up being there for a very long time because they had a lot of cool stuff, and then we're stuck outside, and you got no sweatshirt, no jacket or anything. So be prepared. Hat. It's very important to take a hat and sunscreen. I know that's kind of silly, but like I said, you get stuck. Say we go to a flea market or an auction, and you get stuck outside in the sun, and you end up being out there a lot longer than you anticipated. I mean, it can burn quick, and nowadays I think we've all learned our lesson on being sunburnt. So sunscreen, I used to never wear sunscreen, and now that I'm getting old, I want to I try to get some sunscreen on me every once in a while to kind of fight off any kind of skin ailments that might happen when you get overripe in the sun. But yeah, so that's some of the things I wanted to share with you today. I know it's like I said it a couple times, that they're kind of no-brainer items, but it's always helpful to to relearn or re-educate, however you want to put it, that some things you already know. It's helpful sometimes to see it in somebody else telling you, hey, don't forget to take this, dummy. So, and just again, we've been doing this a very long time, and we don't leave the house unprepared anymore. But at the very beginning, there were a few times where we left the house and we might have had a flashlight, but then we didn't have a rust eraser, or we might have had the rust eraser, didn't have a flashlight. And, we get into the pick and we're like, man, I wish I had my flashlight. Well, now we have it with us all the time. And it's like I said, you can, get you a little zipper pouch, put all your items for picking in that pouch, keep it in the trunk of your car, the glove box of your pickup truck, or behind the seat or wherever. And you'll always have your items, and especially helpful on quick picks. So, You know, if you just happen to be somewhere and you're like, oh man, I'm going to stop in here real quick, but you don't have your everyday carry flashlight. I carry a flashlight every day, so I usually don't have a problem with that. But you know, if you don't have it, or a tape measure even, we usually have a tape measure with us all the time. Keep one in the truck and in the Jeep, but I usually have one on me too. Small 6-footer or 9-footer. If y'all haven't seen those Stanley Sweetheart 175th anniversary tape measures, they're pretty neat. I have a few of those, and they're kind of neat to carry, but they're very handy. They're nice tape measures too. So, but anyway, that's a few hints I got. I hope that helps somebody out. This is another Rusty Gold video. The Rusty Gold videos will continue. Not sure what I'm going to do the next one on, but you know, I got a whole list of topics, and I haven't really decided which topic I'm going to hit on yet. They're probably a little disjointed. You know, I probably should have did the Be Prepared one. This video probably should have been, you know, one of the earlier videos, but I kind of wanted to mix it up. I didn't want to just, I wrote everything down and didn't really want, you know, just to be like a stage thing. I want to kind of, you know, how am I feeling that day? Let's do this one. So today I was feeling, let's be prepared. So that's why you got the Be Prepared video. So I hope you find this helpful. Thank you for stopping in on the channel today and taking a few minutes with me. Picking is supposed to be fun. So if you go out prepared, you're going to have fun and you're going to find some cool items. And that's what it's all about. So thanks for stopping by the channel. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below if you think I forgot something, and we will see you on the next Rusty Gold video. Thanks for watching.